Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker with Tools. Today we are going to be talking about our $99 Black Friday impact drivers. So let's go ahead and get right into that on Tinker with Tools. Last week I did the $99 drill drivers. We went ahead and highlighted all the different drills, and this week it's time for the impact drivers. Now, for the most part, you're going to be seeing a lot of familiar brands here, but I was surprised this year because there are not as many impact drivers on sale for that $99 price point as there are drills, it seems. Now, just to kind of lay the ground rules for what I'm including here, these are going to be impact driver kits for sub $100. For the most part, they're right around that $99 price point. There are a couple that are going to be less, however, so we'll go ahead and make sure to point those out when we do. Now, to start out, I am going to talk about a couple of notable omissions that I have not owned or tested previously, but that are on sale. I want to point these out because they are deals that are available to you. I just can't offer an opinion on them other than what I see on paper because I have not used them. Now, first is going to be over at Lowe's or on Amazon. You can get the Skill 20-volt impact driver for $79.98, specifically at Lowe's for that price, but you can also get a free 2 amp hour battery. So by doing that, this becomes a 2 amp hour battery kit with the charger and the tool. It does have multiple speed modes and a control mode. And I can tell you from having used the Skill 12-volt stuff, it's just more focused towards your entry-level or DIY, but it certainly carries a DIY or entry-level price point, and so I think that makes it appealing for some. Now, the next one that I have not tried or ever owned is the Ryobi HP impact driver, and this is going to be the really compact HP one. This is on sale at Home Depot for $89 in a 2-battery kit. And this is going to be a very compact, but definitely can still get the job done impact driver. It's just not going to have blazing performance on it. Now, the last one that I have actually not tried, even though I've tried a lot of different versions of this tool, is the Bosch Freak impact driver that is going to be over at Lowe's and potentially online as well. At Lowe's, though, this one is going to be $99 for kind of their variable speed only, I guess you could call it mid-tier offering. It's not their most powerful Freak. In theory, I absolutely love the Freak, but in practice, I always find it to be a little big, a little bulky, and the performance leaving me wanting a little bit. So if you want something that just can do a little bit of both, but not excel at either, it definitely is a decent price at $99. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about a couple that I am going to talk about today, but that are not going to be featured in the video other than referencing to past videos that I have. The first one is going to be the Craftsman RP impact driver. It's not a bad impact driver. It feels very much like an entry-level brushless DeWalt impact driver. If you've ever tried the first generation of Atomic impact driver, they feel very similar. It does have some nice ergonomics, and it is at $89 for a 2-battery kit. Overall, I think it's a great entry-level tool. It's just not going to be a performance monster. This one. And then the other one that I've tested before, I can link you to the video, but it's not something that I would actually recommend you go out and buy, is going to be that first gen DeWalt Atomic impact driver. It is just not that impressive of a tool, especially considering what else DeWalt offers at that price point. And so for that reason, it doesn't carry an endorsement in terms of going out and buy it. But if you do have that impact driver, it's not bad. It's just not going to be the best one they have at that price point for that brand. All right, so now we've gotten all those out of the way. Let's go ahead and start talking about the ones that we are actually going to be seeing, some comparative numbers for how these 5 impact drivers compare. And these are going to be the ones that are going to get more of a recommendation from me in terms of what you can get. Now, first and foremost is going to be a returning impact driver from prior years. This is going to be the DeWalt DCF840. This is their brushless impact driver that you can often find at Lowe's or on Amazon and different retailers online. It doesn't have any speed modes. It doesn't have top performance figures. It doesn't get XR or Atomic badging. It's just a simple DeWalt impact driver. But when this one goes on sale at $99 at the holiday, it is an easy buy recommendation for me. It definitely puts out more performance than what the numbers would suggest. If you remember, I mentioned that DeWalt first gen Atomic impact driver. That one has the same quoted figures for torque, but this one has higher speeds, and when you use it in practice, this one feels night and day more performant than what you're going to be getting from that tool. This is a great impact driver and one that I can easily recommend. All right, and then one that it doesn't seem to be on level playing field with these tools. This is going to be the newest Milwaukee M12 Fuel impact driver, which the drill was not included in last week's video because the drill is actually not on sale as a kit only. This one is going to be, though, for $99 with a single 2 amp hour battery and a charger. If I had to pick one impact driver on this table that I think is perhaps the most premium feeling impact driver, it is going to go to this. It's not going to win the performance testing, but it certainly isn't going to leave you wanting in a lot of different tasks. It is very nice and compact, and it certainly has enough performance to keep up. This new generation, the Gen 3 of the M12, did go ahead and add that tri-beam LED and kind of just up the power and speed just a little bit. This one at $99 is easy to recommend because you can go ahead and get into that M12 lineup. It's another great platform to be on, and so for that reason, I think this is a great little impact driver for $99. And then from Milwaukee, we have another new impact driver this year that is going to be gracing us at that $99 price point, and that is going to be the Milwaukee M18 Compact Brushless impact driver. This one came out earlier this fall, and from the quoted specs on paper, I was actually not looking forward to testing this impact driver all that much. I was blown away. This one is not necessarily a huge torque monster, but what you are getting with this one is just some blazing fast speed. Overall, nice, very compact impact driver. If you don't want to be on the M12 lineup, but you want something a little better on the M18 or a little smaller, this is certainly one way to go. All right, and now the impact driver that I actually went out and bought this year when it went on sale is going to be this Kobalt Next Gen impact driver. Now this one is a little bit intriguing to me. It is a 24 volt platform, so the batteries are going to be a little bit bigger. This just comes with a single 2 amp hour battery and charger. For as far as features go, this is one of the most full featured impact drivers that we're going to talk about today. It does have 3 standard speed modes, and it's going to then also have 2 different assist modes to kind of help you when you're driving different fasteners. The performance is going to be there in terms of power or torque, but it is not the speediest impact driver. This one is a nice solid impact driver at the price and offers a lot of premium features without breaking the bank. Now last but not least, this is going to be a different class of tool. Just like when we talked about the drill video, Hercules has their new brushless impact driver on for $97.99, and in that it is a kit with one 2.5 amp hour battery. But if you go in store, you can get actually a second 2.5 amp hour battery included for free. So now you're getting 2 2.5 amp hour batteries, a very high performance impact driver with a 5-year warranty, and you're getting it for under $100. Now it is going to have the top end power. It's also going to have 3 speed modes and an assist mode. So once again, you're getting a lot of that. It does have the tri-beam LEDs. It has a quick insert collet. I've never actually tried this impact driver on the 2.5 amp hour battery, and the testing that you'll see today is going to be on the 4 amp hour battery. Overall, I think you're still getting a really great tool at an incredible price with a lot of decent warranty behind it. I don't expect it to break. I've actually done a decent amount of torture testing with this tool and use, and it's done everything I've wanted to do with it. It's easy to recommend this one. It's going to be the best value in terms of performance per dollar, and you're definitely getting it at a really good price during this promotion, so be sure to check it out. All right, so now let's go ahead and show you the performance testing in these 5 tools. We'll go ahead and compare the specs so you can kind of see where they stack up with each other, and then I will go ahead and show you the actual performance results that we did, and you'll be able to kind of judge for yourself which one of these is going to be the one for you. All right, so there you have the performance figures. I haven't seen the times yet, so I'll let you be the judge of which one was going to be the best. But all 5 of these that I tested today were able to do the tasks that I threw at them. And a lot of them would be able to do much more than what I did, especially if you kind of change what battery they're using. They really do kind of bump up their performance. Like, for example, if you put the M12 on something like a 5 amp hour high output, or even the 2.5 amp hour high output, you do see a performance boost from that tool. And I'm sure you'd see it across the board if we used more premium batteries. For the most part, I included what you would be getting in those kits so you can kind of judge it based on that. The one exception being that Hercules. I don't have that 2.5 amp hour battery to test it on. Okay, then 2 other notes is right now there are a couple of combo kits that if you were to buy them together, you would get pretty decent pricing on them, but they just don't have the $99 price point for the individual tool. But those 2 kits are going to be Metabo HPT has for $129 their combo kit that includes the drill and the impact driver plus 2 2 amp hour batteries and a bag for $129. So you're getting the 2 tools for $129, and they have the drill on for $99, but they don't have that impact driver on for $99. That combo kit is one that I was really excited about the drill, less excited about the impact driver, but overall it's been pretty impressive. We featured it in a couple of different videos. So for $129, that's a pretty good price. Then the next one is going to be the rigid subcompact. The drill driver was actually one that they did have featured on a $99 sale at the time I filmed the last video. The combo kit is on for $149, and with that you do get a free 4 amp hour battery. You can go ahead and keep the 3 batteries you get with that kit, the 2 tools, or because of the way that Home Depot does their pricing on those combo kits, you can actually just return the battery and go ahead and get a nice discounted kit for about $77. Those are all the different tools that we're going to be talking about for this impact driver video. If there are any that I've missed, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate your feedback on these videos. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Hope you're having a good holiday season, and until next time, I'll catch you on Tinker with Tools.